New York City is no wonderland. Although it may seem like it from the outside, it is really just some tall buildings that trap lots of sights, smells, sounds, and people. You have to be a certain type of person to survive and thrive here. Adaptable, thick-skinned, and you've got to know what you want. If you don't, the city will consume you, feed your weaknesses. Maybe it wasn't the city that ruined me, but it didn't help me to become better either. And when you're in an already unhealthy state of mind, it is that much easier to focus on negatives, like those people around who will always be that much cooler than you, and the occasional smell of piss. The harsh winter winds that cause your eyes to swell, additional tears to the ones that were already there. Oh, and my favorite? When you feel confident enough to walk out the door of your apartment building, but the degrading comments made by those slimy lowlifes who have nothing better to do than to make women feel uncomfortable make you want to turn right back around to take refuge in the bed you've spent the last 3 days sulking in. I found myself floating for 10 months, never really able to place my feet on the ground. I witnessed my life slip away from me as I became so out of touch with myself. It was unexpected, especially because I had so many great expectations going into this journey. I was 4 years old the first time I visited the city. Magic, it seemed, and even at such a young age, I felt destined to stay forever. The feeling remained and grew stronger with each return. But to say I wasn't prepared for the move is a severe understatement. After not making it off the waitlist for my top school, I resorted to my backup, a school I knew nothing about except the fact that it was in New York and that Gigi Hadid attended. I didn't prepare myself for the kinds of people I was going to meet, nor the ways I was going to be able to cope with my worsening anxiety. After that fated move-in day, the warning signs that I was in over my head came almost instantly. I was greeted by a severe allergic reaction and the inclination to cry almost every day. And even though I had my best friend with me, I longed for home. I called home often, like very often. And even when I had the opportunity to go home, I would use that time thinking about the next time I would be able to return. My days became mechanical. I went through the motions just to be able to cross another square off of my calendar. Being a nanny was the closest I was able to get to a home environment, but in some ways that taste of comfort made going back to my apartment at night after work extremely difficult. As a routine was developed, time increased exponentially as I had hoped. I witnessed my fair share of sunsets out of my incredible apartment window. The sun moved its position in the sky as the seasons changed. And just like that, it was spring again. Throughout those months, I was fortunate enough to have some of my favorite people visit me and get me out of my apartment. However, most of my time, when I wasn't at class or at work, was spent amongst the same four walls. After a long time coming, home I went, and I recharged. As I added a fresh coat of paint, I reflected on myself and realized the only way to get better was to actively try. I didn't beat myself up for the days I spent in my bedroom, but at the same time, I made plans for myself, goals that would allow me to run my life instead of time wasting me. Living for today, appreciating what you have, and knowing that there is a reason for you being here. I was fortunate enough to have 5 months to recover for myself. 5 months of spending time with the best people, living my best life in the moment. And it was the first time in 19 years that I was really able to appreciate a moment, never looking towards the future or living life based on my past. I define my home as my safe place. Used to always trying to find it in the tangible rather than in something more spiritual. But during those past 5 months, I found home within myself. I feel confident knowing that I can take home wherever life takes me. And so, yes, I am back in New York, and I have memories of this summer tacked onto my wall and into my heart. And everything has changed, my circumstances, my life path, and most importantly, me. I get to do what I love every day, and love is my home.